build your bag, don't let it slide. Step by step, I'm stacking gold. Every mile a story told. Feet on fire, hearts unfold. Run it up, chase the dream. Coins and sweat, a winning team. Hey, 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 hey. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Every step's a fortune chase. Huddle strong, keep up the pace. Freedom's written in this race. Huddle your coins, hold your ground. Watch the value spin around. Financial freedom feels so sweet. One more step, a new heartbeat. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your back, don't let it slide. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your back, don't let it slide. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your back, don't let it slide. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your back, don't let it slide. Get out, 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 get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Step to the beat, no matter your pace. From the city streets to the outer space. You got a mission, you got that drive. MoveQuest is here, making us thrive. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your place. Say what? We're all one team in this groovy space. MoveQuest, for you and me. Getting healthy, feeling free. Earn rewards, building wealth. Oh yeah, moving together for that good old health. Grandma's grooving, she's on the scene. Come on, little Joey's dancing like a moving machine. Yeah, from the mountains high to the ocean blue, MoveQuest unites. Yeah, me and good old health. Can you feel it, that funky vibe? A community groove where we all subscribe. It's the rhythm of health, the wealth we share. No matter who you are, we'll take you there. MoveQuest, for you and me. Getting healthy, feeling free. Earn rewards, building wealth. Oh yeah, moving together for that good old health. You and me, getting healthy, feeling free. Woo, woo. Earning rewards, building wealth. Oh yeah, moving together for that good old health. A mountain ahead, but I'm ready to climb. One step at a time. The mirror's my rival, the mirror's my friend. It's me versus me till the end. Rise up, take the challenge, break the chain, push the limit on the pain. Rise up, rise up, rise up, take the challenge, break the chain, push the limit on the pain. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Shadows a whisper, try to pull you down. Stay strong, readjust your crown. Rise up, rise up, take the challenge, break the chain, push the limit on the pain. Rise up, rise up, rise up, take the challenge, break the chain, push the limit on the pain. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Only 90 days to change your lane. MoveQuest is a brand new game. No finish line, the only limit is the one in your mind. Rise up, rise up. Take the challenge, break the chain, push the limit on the pain. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Take the challenge, break the chain, push the limit on the pain. Rise up, rise up, rise up.
All right, everyone. We're going to be getting started here in just a few minutes, but I want to give everybody a chance to make an attempt to change your profile name. For those that want to participate, we are going to be doing some additional giveaways this evening, and I've been instructed to let everybody know that that process is going to be a lot easier if you change your profile name to your wallet address. If you're having difficulty doing that, hang tight. I'm going to see if I can solicit a little assistance with being able to help you do that in the webinar. But for those of you that do, I can see quite a number of you have already gone through the process. I don't know, you probably changed it in your own, inside of your own Zoom account to make it easier. But we're going to play one more song. And in the meantime, if there's something that I am able to do on this side to simplify that process, I will. So we'll come back in just a few moments, give people a chance to attempt to do that.
Face up tight, feel the ground shake. Every step's a dollar I make. Left foot, right foot, it's a game we play. Health and wealth in a single sway.
Step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine. Yeah, get healthy, get wealthy,
redefine. What's my currency? No bank in sight. Sunrise to sunset, I own the night. Every stretch, every twist has a price. This grind pays twice, it's paradise. No excuses, no delay. Every motion makes my pay.
yeah, hey, step by step,
Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
run, walk, jump,
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy.
yeah,
Redefine.
hey, step by step,
Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
run, walk, jump,
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Redefine.
stumble, fall, I'm still in the race. Each bruise another badge I embrace. Momentum builds, can't erase the sound of coins in every pace. Every pace, every pace.
Ooh,
if I'm out.
Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine.
All right, all right. Once again, want to thank everybody for coming out for our Tuesday evening call. I am going through trying to see, I believe a few more have been able to change theirs. I still see quite a few that have not. My apologies on this side. I'm trying to see what settings because we are in a webinar. And, and I'm trying to find a control that allows me to actually do that from this side. In the meantime, I will continue to work on that. We want to again thank everybody for coming out this evening, as we always do on Tuesdays, to find out more information, not just to get updates, but to also learn about the MoveQuest platform and crypto in general. So that is a true blessing that this platform does offer as well. None of the information you're going to hear this evening is meant to be investment advice in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but just information to help you further embrace, this project as something to be a part of your portfolio as we move forward. As always, we have our guest speaker of the evening, Ms. Lynette Orden, who will be bringing up momentarily, and Mr. Hayden Andre. Mr. Hayden, are you with us this evening, sir?
I am right here, live and direct. How you doing, Mr. Herschel Crow?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Always cool to be sharing the Cyber Center stage with you, my friend.
Absolutely.
How has the week been between this week and last week? There's always some powerful updates, and we got a chance to kind of make some moves behind the scenes. How has your week been?
Oh man, everything is great. We did start a challenge within the challenge on this past Saturday. I actually have some social media posts going up after this call. Individuals are excited and have started participating. So for those of you that have not joined or were not privy to that, a challenge within the challenge, it's only a 15-day challenge leading into the holidays. You can go to MoveQuest Challenges with an S, MoveQuestChallenges.com, and there's a complete breakdown of what's entailed there. And again, none of our challenges are competitions, or at least at the moment, they're not competitions. They're there to, encourage individuals to be more active on a daily, weekly basis and to share your activity with the community so that we can all be supportive of one another as we, improve our overall health and well-being as a community. And that's what it's all meant for. Total engagement and participation from the community so that we can all help uplift and support each other as we continue our journey.
No, that's amazing. And that's probably one of the most exciting things about the information that you shared on Saturday. And just to give everybody a heads up, every single Saturday we do a deep dive in the MoveQuest platform. We give an overview event just to make sure we establish some context. And then afterwards we turn the dial up, we activate machine mode, and we conduct a conversation, an advanced conversation for A players and champions who want to take their lives to the next level, whether it be from a health perspective or a financial perspective. In my perspective, in my opinion, they both go hand in hand. It's important to have health as well as a strong financial health as well. So that being said, I just want to take a quick moment to welcome everybody tonight. It is Tuesday night, once again, the MoveQuest overview or update event. As always, a big shout outs to all the max out warriors in the audience tonight, the multi-set soldiers and the diamond head hodlers, and just those who are taking their overall health and well-being very serious. It's super important to be consistent, and that is exactly what MoveQuest is all about. It gives us some extra firepower when it comes to being consistent on a day-to-day basis. I want to say congratulations to everyone who received the final Titan NFT in the distribution from that 1-year anniversary promo that we had had earlier this year. Also, congratulations to all of those who received Vanguards and Boosts last week. In fact, I want everybody to light up the emojis right now for the extreme generosity displayed by the architect behind this idea of MoveQuest, Miss Lynette Arton. Light up the boards with those hearts, with those applause. This woman is continuously working day after day after day, task after task, adding enhancements to the platform, producing content, attending meetings, communicating through social media to community members from time to time. And with all of that, she still finds ways to think of unique ways to sprinkle gifts throughout the community. So splash those emojis for the hardest working woman in crypto, Miss Lynette Arton. You are indeed appreciated. And also big shout outs to everyone listening who activated their MoveQuest account this week. It's an amazing platform. I know that you are just beginning your journey discovering how cool this platform is. Welcome to MoveQuest, the #1 decentralized crypto move to earn project on the planet. The absolute best is yet to come. This is Hayden Andre, your friendly neighborhood digital asset investor. We light up a conversation every Tuesday afternoon and Thursday afternoon at 12 o'clock sharp, and then again on Saturday, as I mentioned before. Energized machine mode is in full effect. We're always fired up, and we're always giving lots of nuggets of information when it comes to success. So plug in whenever you can. That's all for tonight, Mr. Herschel Crow. Stay focused, everyone. Stay rich, max out, and level up.
All right, all right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We're going to go ahead and bring Miss Lynette up. For those of you that are still trying to change, I apologize. I am trying to find the tools back here that will allow me to do that. I have seen some of your messages in reference to allowing participants to view and so forth. However, at this time, I still have not been able to see that from my panel side as of yet. So if one of you is a Zoom webinar aficionado, send me a message in the Q&A that you know exactly how to do it, and we'll see if we can get that fixed for everyone. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Lynette and see what she has to share with us this evening. How are you doing, ma'am?
Trying to unlock or unmute my mic. How is everybody tonight?
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Very, very good. All right, so let's just get right to it, right? Start the updates. The first thing I am going to talk about is a new security lock feature that Waleed is working on adding to the app. So how many of you on this call are using one of the hatcheries? I would assume probably most of you. If you're coming to the Zooms, it means you're engaged. Like you get it, you get the app, you're here, you want to know what's going on, all that good stuff. So this is going to be something that all of you will appreciate, I think. You know, these hackers, scammers, slime balls, whatever you want to call them out there that like to take from others instead of working for their own, MoveQuest or whatever, AVAX or whatever tokens, crypto they're trying to steal from you, creating these fake, copies of MoveQuest. They do it for all crypto type projects. This is nothing new. But I do believe that whoever is doing this with MoveQuest, there's somebody who's been active in the ecosystem. The only reason I say this is because they're too quick. And normally, your hackers, your scammers, con artists, they're looking for your AVAX, your USDT, your BNB. They're looking for those types of tokens. They don't come in and zero right in on your MoveQuest. And, people don't always pay attention. And Hayden said it best, I think, last week when he was using, I don't remember what site he said. It might have been Uniswap or Simple Swap. And it came up as IO instead of, or 10 or something. What was it that you said it came up as?
Simpleswap.to.
.to, yep, instead of io. And you know, people don't look at every single, you know, letter, and you click on it, you think it's real, even if your gut's telling you it looks suspicious or feels suspicious. They still click on it, and then they end up losing their MoveQuest. A lot of what you see on the website, when we go and we'll track back these different wallet addresses, if they're selling, you know, large amounts, a lot of time it's your MoveQuest that you never intended to sell, and they go and they'll sell it, you know, right away. So what we're going to do, and it seems that, you know, where it's happening the most is within the hatcheries, because they've created a fake site for the hatcheries specifically. You actually give them permission to take all of your crypto tokens out of the wallet. You click their link, and then your wallet opens, and you're giving them permission. You're not looking at who the request is coming from, and they get them all. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. So what Waleed, I mean, we were going over and over this. I was actually starting to get, I mean, you guys know I get snotty, right? Snarky, whatever you want to call it. I'm really not one that has too much of a filter. And poor Waleed, he's got to put up with me and my moody attacks from here and there. And I'm like, there's got to be something we can do. This is ridiculous. There's got to be something you do to stop this. Got to be something you do to protect this. I don't care what it is. We got to figure it out. And so a few days later, he come back. He goes, okay, I think I got it figured out. We'll create a lock system. So this is like a second layer of protection. And what the lock feature is going to do is we're going to be setting this lock inside the MoveQuest app. Okay, so this is going to prevent users from accidentally claiming, withdrawing, or modifying their hatchery deposits directly from the desktop into your wallet, which is where those phishing attacks come from. That you don't get, you know, attacked through the actual app itself. So by adding a second layer of protection, this means that your tokens can't be touched unless you intentionally unlock them. And this is, to me, this is a big deal. Like this matters big time for all of you, but not even for us. You know, when your tokens get stolen and sold, it affects the liquidity pool, it affects the market value. You start to get a run up, then, you know, one of these losers steal your tokens and then sell them. And so this is going to, one, protect you, and it's also going to make sure that your hatcheries stay untouched. Okay, this way they can continue to compound. You're going to still earn those long-term rewards. Your wallet cannot be, you know, taken from you, and the scammer is not going to be able to cancel your hatchery card from the desktop, because you physically have to do this from inside the app. And so this is going to make sure that none of you click the wrong link and then lose your tokens, because even if you're scammed or hacked, the con cannot come in, access your wallet, access our website, cancel your hatchery cards, and then take all your MoveQuest. Why? Because you've got to initiate the second layer of security, which is to unlock it through the app. So this is going to make it, you know, like I said, it's going to protect you. So it's going to be harder. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be done on purpose, right? So the scammers are going to be challenged. Let's put it this way. And I love to be annoying to people that I don't like, and I don't like the scammers. So this is protecting you, and it's going to really annoy them. That's going to help us strengthen the token security. It's going to protect your user deposits. It's going to prevent harmful and accidental clicking that you guys do. It's going to reinforce that long-term growth for you without having to worry about your tokens. And it's going to also stabilize the circulation and the market value of the MoveQuest. So just letting you know that this is coming up. So be looking for an app update over the next few days, because we're going to be implementing this here. I would probably guess that it's close to being completed. So you should see this very, very soon. Also want to let you guys know that we are in the process of moving and migrating to the V4 of Uniswap, which is where we listed the MoveQuest token. And why are we doing this? So yesterday, and we have to do this gradually. We should be completed with it, I would say, over the next couple of weeks anyhow. We're going to have to update all of, it's not a rewrite of the contracts, it's just updating the second pool, because both pools will be running simultaneously for a short time. So we'll start the first V4 pool with probably $100,000 worth of liquidity, and then what we'll do is we'll gradually migrate the current liquidity pool over to the V4. The reason we're doing this is so that it doesn't change the market value of the token. So look for that. Over the next 5 to 6 days, we'll be announcing that second pool, latest next Tuesday's call. This is going to do several things. One, it's going to keep the liquidity pool more balanced at a concentrated level. It's going to reduce slippage. It's going to really start to deter some of the larger sells because the fee to sell will be higher. So if they're selling more and they're going to put a dent in the market value, the fee that they'll pay will be higher. It's also going to stop that, people that, and you'll see it, when the ecosystem goes to do a market correction, and you'll see liquidity removed, and then you'll see MoveQuest purchase, and then liquidity added. All of a sudden, you'll see all these buys come in. They're waiting for the ecosystem to bring the market value back up a little bit, and then what they'll do is they'll sell. To them, that's like a guaranteed, profit margin or whatever you want to call it. So by moving into that V4, it stops those little profit margins that they're trying to make. So just letting you know, we are moving over to that V4 version of Uniswap. It's going to make things a lot nicer, I think, on the liquidity pool. It's going to allow, like I said, reduces that slippage. It stops those small trades, those little profit, bot trades, basically. You'll see a lot less of that bot trading. The new light paper, I keep saying, okay, it's almost done. But I go back and I reread, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to add this in, because there's all these this entire MoveQuest ecosystem, it's all intertwined. And, like you guys have heard me say this many times, for every action, there's a reaction. And MoveQuest is a full circle. Every single thing is connected in some way to the liquidity, to the market value, to the circulation of the tokens. And so I'll go through and I'll start reading, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot to add this. And I got to go in, I got to fit this in and make it all, easy for a person to understand. Along with that, I've been working on an updated pitch deck, one for a corporate level, two for projects that want to use the MoveQuest platform for people to mine their tokens, and then one for, like the crypto space. So there'll be 3 different pitch decks coming along with the updated light paper. I would say I'm probably 2 to 3 hours away from being done with the light paper. So you guys will see the new version on the website, hopefully by tomorrow. I would say, I don't know, early morning to early afternoon, just depending on what else I find tonight that I need to add to it. And let me see, what else did I have? Oh, we are also going to be, okay, so let me try to explain this. We were always the homepage Web3, meaning that everything was integrated into the wallet system. The dashboard was, or connecting your wallet through our Web3 system, was all seamless. But the designer that we were using that, did our branding logo and all this stuff, doesn't do the Web3 coding. And so Waleed's time was, and you guys know, okay, we do not have a massive team of developers because, one, I'm a bit of a control freak, and so is Waleed. Probably why we work good together. As far as protecting this project, protecting the code, making sure we don't have any back doors left open by other coders that we just hire and not really have any type of relationship with, where I've known Waleed since 2014, and he's done several different types of web development stuff. In fact, him and I were building not crypto, but building a website back in 2014 for a couple of years. So one, I trust him 1000%. Two, he's put in countless hours into this project. But we don't go out and just hire any willy-nilly. They can be the best, but still, I don't trust anybody at this point with this project, because nobody's created anything like this before. We've taken 4 years, to put this together. And so we don't have this powerhouse of developers sitting in some fancy office somewhere. This has been, blood, sweat, and tears to put this together, to protect it so that it's here forever. With that being said, while Waleed was running out of time, my timeline, we were already delayed, massively delayed on getting the new branded website done. Later, like I told you guys, rewriting all of the infrastructure, rewriting it so that it was even more sustainable without having to run into problems down the road. And so now that we're pretty much caught up, you guys all know we're getting close to finalizing the roadmap. While Leeds had more time, we have hired, one other person that we do trust to add some components and pieces to the site for you guys. So that Web3 will be coming back. Right now, the front end is the WordPress site, because that's what the designer knew how to use, and it just made it simple at the time. So you'll be seeing that Web3 system come into play even on the homepage. That's going to make it, easier too, against these phishing attacks. Instead of having, app.movequest.com, everything will just be movequest.com and then a /. So there won't be any sub domain for that dashboard. So that's also going to, bring back that extra security by getting rid of that WordPress site, making it all Web3. I got to think here if market value. Okay. You guys got to understand, when we went to the dynamic mining, even though it really cut down on the number of MoveQuests that was going out daily, you've got to remember that the system itself is going through a recalibration. Okay. So there are still people holding tokens when it was, 3,000 a day. And some of them are, and I'm just going to be frank with you, it's real easy to sit there and shake your phone all day long, or, attach a rubber band to it, or whatever these people do, and have multiple phones going, and max out on the physical activity while they're sitting on their couch, probably not getting physically fit at all. And then they mine these tokens, they max out, and then they sell them. That's what they do, right? Because if they were really in it for their own health, which is what MoveQuest is about, it's about becoming physically fit, a more healthy version of yourself, and incentivizing, motivating you through incentivizing you through the mining aspect of the project. They're not finding it so profitable anymore because they're not getting that amount of MoveQuest that they were getting before. And so while you're seeing some of this selling pressure take place, you got to remember the incubator. A lot of those are coming due. So people that were doing that had already sold all their MoveQuests. What the MoveQuest they have right now is from, taking advantage of getting all the MoveQuests back and the Vanguard miners. I mean, that was like the MoveQuest deal of the century, seriously. It made all of your Vanguards essentially free. It took them out of circulation for the 222 days. You got the Vanguards instantly. That was a no-brainer. And now what you're seeing, not so much when the first incubator cards, were done, but these last ones. And these are the stragglers. They had to think about it. They had to decide if they wanted to do it, because obviously you've been here. You took advantage of that promotion that we were doing, but you didn't jump in on it, in the first 30 days. You waited for another 30 or 60 days. I think we ran that for like 90 days or so. maybe even longer than that. I think it was 120 days. So this is just me talking. I'm not saying it's everybody, but a lot of these, I have to assume. I don't know who anybody is. I only see wallets. I'm assuming that your late comers into the incubator, see your first movers, your first, people that get it, they jump immediately. Something comes out, they want it right now. It's your thinkers who think on it, they mull on it, they think on it some more, they sleep on it, they talk about it, they think about it, and then finally they do it. Okay, they weren't really too convinced to do it right away. These are the ones you'll see that will claim those cards and sell the MoveQuest. They're not going into the golden hatchery, okay? Or it was just something they parted with, they did it, but they need that money back now. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. So you're seeing some of that. This is all good at the moment, and I'll tell you why. We do have a lot of marketing that's ramping up. We do have, things don't happen overnight, you guys. Everything good takes time. You've got a lot of really good people that are coming on board with this project, getting a full understanding of it. They want to be able to teach it, explain it, market it properly, get the proper marketing docs and things that they need so that they can onboard quickly. There's so much going on behind the scenes that we don't talk about it because, one, we don't like to put people on the spot. Two, it's, you don't ever really know for sure when it's just going to explode, but we're getting there. And so for people, that means the market value of this token, it's going to explode with it. We don't have that much in circulation. Now, I haven't looked at the market value today. I haven't looked to see where we're sitting at with circulation, and I'm not going to go through and run it right now while we're on this presentation call. But as of yesterday, there was only 254,000 MoveQuest tokens in circulation, 254,778 the last time I calculated it. Now, before we went from the static mining to the dynamic mining, we were sitting between, it depended on the day, but anywhere from 304,000 to 310 to 312,000 MoveQuest tokens. That means that we are about 70 to 75,000 less tokens in circulation right now. This is really good. I mean, you're getting down to where do you go on, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, any of these different, platforms that show you market values and circulating supply, where there's only 250,000 tokens in supply for the entire project. Now, granted, as of yesterday, there were 923,918 owned by the community. But as of yesterday, 667,140 of them were staked in the hatcheries. Okay, that means that the community has 72% of the circulating supply staked and locked in one of the hatcheries. That's huge. You don't see that anywhere. So when you look at the market value of the token going down, you've got to also remember this is good, because those holding that few amount of tokens are getting little tiny bits of money for it. Because when this thing explodes, there's going to be a major demand for those tokens. Okay, you don't want people to go in and dump a ton of tokens when the market value goes up. Let them dump them now. Okay, those aren't the brainiacs of the community. Seriously, they're not. The brainiacs of the community are staked in the hatchery. You guys are the ones that are going to really take your profit, because when this explodes, when that liquidity pool has that depth that it needs, you'll be able to sell your tokens without making a dent on the market value or the liquidity pool. The people who sell now, the liquidity doesn't have the depth that it really should have. Okay, if it was sitting there right now with a couple of $1 million in the pool, it wouldn't make a dent in the current market value. So you have to think about those things. You got to be patient. Good things take time. Stability takes time. This project has been in the process for the last 4 years. We've been on the Avalanche chain. We listed at the end of July a year ago, so over a year now. It's still very, very strong. Very strong. Most projects have come and gone. I mean, how many of you have been in 2 or more projects, other crypto projects? And I would almost bet my life on it. If it's not a blockchain, they're already gone, done, dead, over. I would guarantee it. Probably every single one that you've ever engaged in is already a shit show gone, dead, bomb, boom, over. Started out hype, sounded great, ended up a shit show, and is gone. MoveQuest is still here. We have a very high market value on our token compared to other move to earn projects. There's not a move to earn project out there that can touch our market value. They've never even reached our market value. So you can't be disappointed in what you see taking place. And like I said, the change from the static daily mining, that's a big deal. Okay, when it's a set amount of token going out, it didn't matter how high or how low the engagement was. The same amount went out every day. This is the one flaw in this project that I was not or did not think about. And I hate to call it a flaw, but that, I mean, kind of that's what it was. You've got this picture perfect project, and we had this one little hiccup, and it was in the distribution piece. I don't know why it took me this long, but it finally hit me, and it took me a few days, like racking my brain. I have to think on things, and I tune everything and everyone out, and my brain just kind of starts whirling, and I got to think, and process this stuff through. And I'm like, oh my God, this is where we screwed up. It should be based on the engagement. And then I had to start doing the math and run it through the algorithms to see what is that sweet percentage that is, perfect for that daily mining. So as the community size grows, the amount of MoveQuest also increases. Now, the good thing about this also is that all of the unmined tokens. So if you go and you look, which it'll be in the updated light paper, every 4 years, MoveQuest goes through a halving, just like Bitcoin. So the first 4 years, up to 7,200 tokens per day can be distributed. Now, the hatchery currently gets 2,000 of those, and the mining pool is getting the 0.25. Now, and this is set into the algorithm, and I'll try to explain it not tonight, but in a document for everybody. So as the community growth increases, okay, the amount of token that can be distributed will also increase. It will increase at a percentage for the hatchery. It'll also increase at a percentage level for the daily mining distribution. The hatchery is a big deal. That's a lot of MoveQuest. I'm going to do a call just on that alone, the hatchery, so people really get the benefits of what those hatcheries do for the MoveQuest yield that you get. You have to submit that proof of physical activity to get the daily hatchery rewards. If you don't submit, you don't get the hatchery rewards. Those of you who are in the hatchery, you've locked up your tokens and the rewards in the hatchery, the staking rewards there, for however many days of the tier that you're in. So that allows the ecosystem to basically make sure that that liquidity pool is healthy when those cards start to mature and can be released to you. Now with the tier 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's 2 options, and I'm gonna be going over all the dynamics and how it works, and probably we may even let the community take a vote on this part. We will either increase the amount of MoveQuest that can be rewarded through the hatcheries, or create a tier 5 that would allow the tier 4 users to migrate into a higher tier with higher rewards, but only tier 4, which means you would have to come through tier 4 to get to tier 5, which would reward you higher. So my whole point is, as the community grows, as the engagement increases, the amount of MoveQuest that can be mined daily will also increase. The amount can increase in the hatcheries up to that 7,200. So the faster the community grows, the more MoveQuest you can mine. or can be rewarded through the hatchery. Anything that's not mined, it goes into the liquidity vault. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that nobody, none of the admins, not myself, not nobody acquired those tokens that were not mined. What that means is they go into the liquidity vault and they now become that's your liquidity, future liquidity asset. That is stabilizing your token, making it even more valuable. So at this point, not including, because we do have that, what do you call it? The reserve MoveQuest for the people that were here August 2024 to January 2025. Okay, those reserves, that's not included in the liquidity vault. But there's 2,116,185 MoveQuest tokens in the liquidity vault. This includes what the ecosystem has purchased. This includes what the ecosystem had left over that wasn't mined. So at the current market value as of yesterday, which was $10.14 at the time I did this, there was that MoveQuest market value in that liquidity vault was over $21 million. Okay, this means that all that this project needs for $42 million to be in the liquidity pool is 21 million in USDT. Okay, that's not much. I know it is a lot, but it's really not that much money in the scope of things. The ecosystem has already banked over $21 million worth of MoveQuest. Now, if the market value went up to $20, it would be $42 million worth of MoveQuest. That means that this liquidity is just getting better, okay, and more stable and better for you as the users in the community. So that's where all of the unmined MoveQuest is at. So this is very strong, and it can sustain higher mining values if the engagement in the community is growing. Okay, but at the current liquidity pool, you wouldn't want to increase that percentage at this point. So the algorithm knows how all of that works. So let's see, I don't know how I got off on that, but or where I even went to get on the liquidity vault. I think we were talking about the hatcheries, but anyhow, I want everybody to understand where that extra MoveQuest is and why it's there. So that's really what I have for updates. That second layer security on your wallet inside the app, so you don't have to worry about the creeps that are trying to steal your MoveQuest, and the liquidity, how we're getting the upgrade into the V4, which is also going to stop some of the losses in the liquidity from people that are doing bot trading and things like that, or who think they've figured out the ecosystem. Ooh, if the ecosystem is doing a market correction, we'll go in and buy up real quick. I was kind of laughing at it yesterday because that's not what the ecosystem was doing at all. It was pulling liquidity because it's going to be upgrading to that V4 and it's going to start transferring the liquidity out. But it was so funny how all them green candles came in. I'm like, oh, brother. I was kind of laughing when I seen that. So you kind of seen how that worked yesterday. So expect the V4 version by next Tuesday latest. So don't freak out if you start seeing some of the liquidity. It won't affect the market value at the time it's removed. But what it might do is drop the price a little quicker for the sellers, which no big deal, because that will be corrected anyway with the V4. So it's not a bad thing. That's kind of what we have going on. So we hit 350 people tonight on this call. That's amazing. And I believe, Herschel, is there a way we can get all of those wallet addresses that are in the as the names of the people who are here?
That I have not been able to successfully do from our side, as this is a webinar. I know we have quite a few in here, but not all. We still have individuals on the other side that are having difficulty being able to do that, to display.
Okay, so when we do the transcript of the meeting, does it give you a list of the attendees?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll have the wallet addresses on that, right?
Yes. I know this is gonna be a nightmare. But yes,
I was trying to avoid a nightmare.
no,
That's
no,
why I
I
had
know,
him
I
do
know, I
this.
know.
I'm like, okay, Kiki won't have to sit there and claim all these or try to
But
copy and paste because she wasn't able to last week.
what I'm going to do is, for those of you, I'm capturing them on my side anyway, just for backup. Um, right now, the other thing, let me see, for those of you that are have not been able to add yours before we get off the call, unless Miss Lynette shares something else with me, and I know a few people have already done it, but you can share it in the chat, the Q&A, and I know that'll be captured as well.
Well,
So,
while you're getting the rest of them, I'll just talk about the Binance chain real quick.
okay.
So we're also in the progress of, updating the Binance chain. Now, we were going to, we're trying to figure out the easiest way because everybody who's mining on the Avalanche, we want to make sure that they can mine on the Binance Smart Chain as well. So what I was to make it easy on us, to know what your mining wallets are, who's engaged, because we have a lot of data that we can pull from the blockchain, but we only want our active people. Okay, we're not going to give it to people who are not actively engaged in on the Avalanche side. I just hand them over miners for doing nothing over here. So my suggestion, even if you don't submit every day, is to go into the nest for 10 days. There's a limit of, I think there's a minimum of $5, which I mean, seriously, if you're going to spend $5 to lock it up into the hatchery, because you have to go through the nest, lock it up in at least tier two, because I've got to think of how long it will take to update. So tier one wouldn't qualify because we wouldn't be done within 30 days. So you'd have to lock it in tier two or three, or four. And then we can pull from the golden tier hatchery, the wallets that we would unlock the dock slots and provide the miners for on the Binance Smart Chain. So for all of you who are here on the call, if there's people who weren't here, we'll try to get the information out. But I think that is how we're going to manage those that are going to get the dock slots and the miners on the Binance side, so that when we are finished with that upgrade over there, we have to upgrade everything on the Binance Smart Chain to match what is been currently completed over here on the Avalanche chain, which we're working to get that done. So it shouldn't be too much longer, but I want to make sure that we do have enough time and that cards don't mature before we capture those wallets. And we'll give everybody enough time, to be there so that you don't miss out. So we're not going to like pick the wallets today or tomorrow. It probably wouldn't be for another 30 to 60 days. So I would say at least go into the 75-day tier, which is tier two. So go spend $5 on MoveQuest, go through the nest so you can get into the golden hatchery. And I mean, even if you don't submit every day, that's whatever you decide you're doing, you'll still get your MoveQuest back. But at least we've got an easy way to see who is engaged, who's paying attention, and who's, got that MoveQuest locked up. We'll grab those wallets. So that's how that's going to work. And let's see here. Those of you, I do not believe that the mining has been unpaused on the Binance side. One, we really don't. We're getting to a point now where we have to update the tokenomics on the GFAM. We already burned out that token was never intended to be like a match to Bitcoin. It was more the low end token, not low end market value, but a lot more token because it's going to have multiple purposes, which it still does. Although we are kind of pivoting a little bit on the GFAM, people are going to have a couple of different options with that. I'm not going to go into it all tonight because I want people to hold me to it because I'm still working out all the details. But um, hold on to your GFAM. There is value there for you guys that are holding that. And I'll explain that more later. We're not getting rid of that GFAM token. Okay, it will still stay, it will still be listed, and it will still have a really good market value. You'll see how it'll all work here over the next several weeks when we start to talk about that. So Binance Chain is not forgotten. It just took a lot for us to finish up everything on the Avalanche side so that we can go over to the Binance Chain and get that, upgraded to the same level that the Avalanche Chain is. Still working with a couple of different projects that are coming on board. We're also making it more streamlined, so projects can onboard without, having to have a lot to do with us, or be more automated, where we get them set up with everything they need. Basically, fill out a form. We'll, check out the project. If it's approved, they'll get their smart contracts, and their community can start onboarding. It won't be such a long, drawn out process like it's been currently. The minor power ups, I mean, really, they're done. Waleed's just waiting on me to give him the values on what it will take for those to power up. I need to get them to him. I'm overwhelmed right now with all these things I've got started. And so I'm just picking off my list. So here any day, that'll be done. Challenges are just about done. So people will be able to start using the challenge feature. Trying to think of what else. That second layer security that we're doing. We're also working on another form of NFT that will create like an avatar based on your mining wallet. So I'm not sure. That's kind of more of a roadmap V2, although it's coming up real fast here. So let's see what else. There's just so much going on. You guys have no idea. We say we're done with roadmap 1, but we've got another roadmap coming right behind it. That's huge. Another 2 to 4 years, of development, more gamification. If you guys knew where my mind has gone as far as where this project will go, you can think of some of your major apps that people use on a day-to-day basis. We're all, and that's where my brain is going. I'm starting to kind of look at these different games. I don't have time to play games on my phone. Every now and then I'll play Candy Crush just to change up what I'm doing. But so we got a lot of the gamification that's going to be in the V2. Also working on a way, and we'll release all the details. Poor Waleed. One, you guys already know about leasing other people's leasing, basically renting other people's physical activity. Okay, poor Waleed probably hits his head against the wall 10 times a day. But I think he's, figured out how I want that to work in a way that we can make that happen. So that will be good. So if somebody doesn't want to actually do the mining themselves, you'll be able to use their physical activity. And what they would get would be one of two different things. We're trying to create a way for people who are just afraid of crypto to still be able to use our app, but get in-app credit versus MoveQuest tokens. And we'll probably integrate that as well with when you rent their physical activity, they won't necessarily get the MoveQuest. You'll get the tokens. They'll get the in-app credit. And eventually what will happen is they'll get a pretty good understanding of the project. They'll understand it. They'll be able to use their credits, and they'll be able to migrate from in-app credit to actual MoveQuest mining, which will help you build up your fitness team. It will help you also to earn more Vanguard miners or whatever for sharing the app with people. So we're trying to make it as simple as possible to integrate the non-crypto user as well as the crypto users, so that, every time you share MoveQuest, there's no reason for somebody to tell you no, right? And so that's what we're working on. We'd love to have every person walking this planet using MoveQuest. And already you guys know we offer, everybody can get started for free here. Nobody has to spend out-of-pocket money. They can use the Phantom miners. And currently when you unlock back slots, we give everybody those free Trailblazers, which is a great marketing tool because, people want to upgrade to the higher powered miners. Well, those Trailblazers, they could evolve them up to higher powered miners, or they can just hold on to them and get their vanguards through the incubator, which gives them, those hatchery rewards, and they can keep the trailblazers as leasing, assets, digital assets that they can lease out, and then, earn that more passive part of the MoveQuest token from other people using their miners. So I think we've got some really awesome ways for people to come in and get started without having to spend money out of pocket, or a lot of money out of pocket. And did that give you enough time, Herschel, to get everything you need?
Yeah, I recorded it just so I recorded the screen just in case at the back of
Oh my God, that would mean you'd have to type every single wallet address. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh no. No. Okay, so why do I want your wallet addresses? Because everybody that attended this Zoom presentation, I love giving things away. Why? Because MoveQuest ecosystem lets us do it. We don't have to have you spending shit tons of money, for this project to stabilize itself. We just need you to be engaged and submit your proof of physical activity. So every single person that provided their wallet address will get free boosts from me. Don't count on them tonight, but I'll make sure you have them before noon tomorrow. Wally's made it really simple for me to give these things away. And it just depends on my mood, which ones you'll get or how many you'll get, but you're all getting them. That provided that wallet address so that you can use these boosts to increase your mining power and stay competitive with the ones who are already using the boost. You guys, the boosts are amazing. I'm going to just tell you real quick how popular they are. Let me go look at the contract, and I'll tell you exactly. Since we launched the boost system, let me go to Snow Trace, throw in the contract address. Oh, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. I'm going to give you guys, we'll post I'm going to share with you the information that we shared with CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. So expect to see those here very soon too. So already 4,146 MoveQuest have come in on the boost. 4146. That's $42,000 worth of MoveQuest that's already come back into the ecosystem. What does that mean? It means that the community has spent MoveQuest, right, to buy the boosts for their miners to increase your mining power to get more MoveQuest. That MoveQuest now has to be added as liquidity. So that means that all of that MoveQuest has to be bought before it can be sold. It doesn't come back to the project to sell. It never gets sold. It goes into the liquidity vault, and then it becomes liquidity or future liquidity. So every time you spend MoveQuest within the ecosystem, you have to tell yourself, okay, this is future liquidity. I'm spending MoveQuest to create future liquidity. You long-term holders of your MoveQuest tokens, I know you get it. You see that picture. There's a lot of MoveQuest that is going to be going into that vault. There's currently 4,100 in boosts. There is over 1,000 in the mining dot contract. The Evolution wallet's holding almost 10,000 that goes into the vault. The Evolution, where you evolve your miners, there's almost 3,600 sitting in that contract. So I mean that's not to mention the 2.1 million sitting in the liquidity vault. This all belongs to the ecosystem. This is your future liquidity that comes back in. You'd never have to worry about competing with the project because the project doesn't sell your MoveQuest tokens. You may sell them, but the project never sells your MoveQuest tokens. Where do you ever find a crypto project that doesn't sell their MoveQuest tokens? The creators, or for marketing, or for any of whatever crazy categories they say that they use their token for. This project never uses the MoveQuest token. It's completely up to the community. The community sells it. It drops. It's because the community dropped the market value. So that's a big deal. That's all I have for tonight, Herschel.
All right. Well, that being said, now that and I apologize, I didn't know what you was gonna do. I did not know what you were gonna do tonight, but I believe I have a way to simplify this for this side of the fence, or what have you. So everyone, I am about to drop.
What I was going to do, Herschel, and maybe I'll just say it on the call for next time. I don't know if we ask for their email address, right? Because we don't like collecting those anyway. I don't, because I like to keep it as decentralized as possible. But maybe if we do, like when we send out the next link, we'll have to go into the webinar settings. For you guys that you can make up any email. I mean, the system doesn't check to see if it's legitimate or not. But maybe, next week, instead of having you put them in the chat, just put your wallet address in the registration part for the webinar, wallet address at gmail.com. Okay, we know it's not an email, but then we can just copy that wallet address as if, like from create a fake email. You don't have to go create the actual email. You just have to say my wallet address at gmail.com, and then you'd have it on all the registrations.
Is
Because
correct.
I'll give boosts away if we stay above 300 people on the Zooms. I'll give boosts away every week. If we can get to where we've got 1,000 people attending the Zooms, we'll start giving away more than just boosts. So let's get the engagement on these update calls increased, and we'll reward the community, because an engaged community that knows what goes on within the ecosystem itself or the updates means that you are understanding what's happening here. And we need more people to come to these updates so they understand what's happening and what's going on. How do you get people here? You give them stuff. So we give you things to help enhance your mining, because you are the miners of MoveQuest. So as the engagement on our Zoom increases, we'll start to increase, what we do for everybody. But we got to figure out a way to capture the wallet addresses quickly and simply
I just
somehow.
for if you want to guarantee that there's no hiccups with making sure that your wallet address, we're gonna go through all the Zoom meeting. If you want to guarantee it's definitely on that list, go to the webinar chat right now, click that Google form. Your name is optional. If you want to, make sure you want to have your name on there, great. It's optional, it's not required. Just throw in your wallet address, and that wallet address will be added to the list. And then we know that those are all in a location that can easily be copied so that Lynette can go to work on that list. Because it may take some time to sift through all of the other ones. So just throwing that out there.
That's
Optional,
awesome.
not mandatory, but want to guarantee it, put it on that form.
Very good. Yeah, we have to come up with a way to get it so we know people actually attend the Zoom, that they're here. That's why I wanted it under their, name, because then we know they're here.
Yeah, the only thing is they
Virtual.
is copying those.
I don't think people can see the form. Everyone's saying, where is the form? It says to host and
And
panelist.
you can't see it in the chat.
I can see
Oh,
it, but everyone
yeah, it's
else
only
can't.
host and panelists.
Were you able to click it
Um,
in the chat? Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Hold on, hold on.
yeah, you have to send it to everyone.
Uh, chat.
I don't think it allows chat to anybody but the host.
I could change that. Everyone, there you go. Everyone, here it is. Boom, it's in there. There you go.
It is really easy to add it to rename. I mean, you just
Yeah, but copying it on our side.
I know we need to research, because I know there's a way to get a copy of the attendee list,
Yeah.
and it would all be right there.
Yeah. We'll work on that. But
Let me go look at Q&A and see if there's anything I didn't cover.
If you can read Waller's address,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of it there. Somebody saying still no form. Hold on. Somebody saying still no form.
The chat is disabled, so no one can see it.
Try that now. And I'm also going to reply from the Q&A as well, just so I can ever get to the bottom of it.
I see somebody asked me to show my video or whatever. You guys, I didn't turn my video on tonight because for whatever reason, I laid down like 4:30, 5 o'clock this afternoon because I was dead beat tired. And I fell asleep till almost 8 o'clock. And nobody needs to see me when I just wake up. Trust me, it's not a pretty sight. Oh, Larry, I did give you an update on Binance. Can we have it so we can see the expected shares? Okay, so you should already see that. It should give you the current. When you go in to boost, it should show you two submission forms. It should show you what it is without a boost, and it should show you what it will be with the boost. That should be in the app. So you should already see that. No. Okay, so those of you who are mining in the hatchery, it doesn't matter if you have one miner or you have 18 miners. What matters is the amount of MoveQuest that you have staked. So we don't look at how many you have staked. We don't look at how many miners you're mining with. We just look at the amount of MoveQuest that you're staking because that's what matters to the liquidity pool. So if you're mining with, because some people pull some miners out and submit if they don't have enough AVAX or whatever. And then they redock their miners so you can mine with as many or as little as you want. I need to go through here. Lots of wallets.
Let's knock out 200 of them real quick. So.
Got to figure out a way to do this better. I didn't have really any questions tonight to ask people. I didn't do it the way we did it last week because I did have actual, updates last week. I really didn't have any updates. We really hadn't done anything. We were doing stuff, but nothing that was new to get done. Where this week I did have updates, and I thought, well, everybody who comes will just give you some boosts. Every single person who's here. Why? Because we appreciate you coming to the Zooms to know what is going on. You need to be in the know to know what we're doing. And so coming to these Zooms is greatly appreciated.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for me to ask it because I do not want to put you on the spot, but you can tell me yes or no.
Okay.
It's a scenario question. I want to ask it publicly for two reasons. One, it's something I've been playing in my head for a while now. And then two, for those that may not be familiar, because we always talk about MoveQuest being, I think the new term that you gave it a few weeks back was it's a protocol, right?
Mm-hmm.
And an analogy, some of you that are listening have heard me mention this in the past. I like to look at MoveQuest like a soccer field, right? You go to
Mm-hmm.
any city, pretty much anywhere around the world, any major city, they're going to have some soccer fields. And the city is responsible for cutting the grass, watering the grass, keeping the lights on, and all of those types of things, right? But the city doesn't have any teams or any leagues. And if they do, it's only, a handful. but other people, other leagues are able to come to the city and rent that soccer field when it's not being used, whether it be adult leagues, kid leagues, male, female, it doesn't matter, right?
Hmm.
The city just maintains the field. And I look at MoveQuest like the soccer fields that's being managed, maintained, and curated. But it's available for other leagues like Bullish Moon to come and play on the soccer field. The
Correct.
city benefits because whether it be through parking, whether it be through concessions, or whatever the case is, the field gets to benefit from the activity. And it's about how many other leagues can we get to come and participate or play soccer or have events on our fields or on the property, so to speak. You mentioned a few minutes, and I'm working on putting, I'm trying to devise a couple things that I think will work to aid in that effort. But you mentioned something a few minutes ago in reference to leasing physical activity, however that may look, and allowing people to be rewarded, not necessarily in MQT, but be rewarded in some way for participating within the ecosystem, even if it's only with the physical activity, which made me think about um, when we talk about e-commerce and having products and services that are available. What if someone, some group, some company, some platform plugged into the protocol or the soccer field, for example, and let's just say we had a coupon token that wasn't MQT, but it was some value that could be used towards purchasing items from that store that could be accumulated over time to actually acquire things. And I know it's rough because there's a couple things that I need to talk to you about first before we go into how that liquidity is derived. But conceptually, would something like that work?
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
I
They can. Yes, they can work.
perfect, perfect,
That's
perfect.
a great way to explain it too. It's kind of funny because in the updated light paper, I reference MoveQuest like a city and the different components within the city. And it even touches in on, other projects and their contribution, to the ecosystem and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, absolutely. And it can
Absolutely.
be, where they can use MoveQuest to purchase those products or their credit.
Okay. Okay. So in that light, it would also work, i.e., and again, I'm just trying to fuel thought. With this being a community-driven project, there's people out there that I know have contacts, relationships, and are a lot more imaginative than I am. But in my head, I'm thinking, wait a minute, if there's a company out there that has products and services that they would like to sell and they have margins that could work, people could also mine in the MoveQuest ecosystem, and whether they were set up to submit directly like we do with Bullish Moon, or if a percentage of their submissions went to liquidity but not necessarily yield them any MQT. They're just using the platform for recording purposes. They could create their own, what I like to call a coupon token or something along those lines where value can be transferred for products and services and leveraged against their margins to make it make sense for people to want to acquire those products.
Yep.
Okay.
So what you're saying is rather if there's a company
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't have a token,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
they have products,
Right.
people can submit
Mm-hmm.
to basically purchase those products.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
So let's just say I'm just making up a number. Let's say it costs $3 a day to submit. And let's say 60 cents out of that $3, quote unquote, went to the city or to the soccer field. But they would get a coupon token for the other $2.40. But the products and services, that coupon may get them $3.50 worth of value because the company with the products can adjust things accordingly for value based on the margins that they have to work with on the products
Yep.
or what have you. That may not come out
That's
verbally.
really, no, I know exactly where you're
Yeah,
going with it. Poor Waleed's probably doing one of those headbang things right now. He's got his hand up. But yeah, that's a really good idea, and it's something that I hadn't thought about, because that would really bring in, it would open this up to a whole different level.
exactly. So I don't care if it's network marketing companies that have products, nutrition products, they have hair products, medical products, clothing, apparel, you name it.
It could be
And what that
anything.
does
I mean,
is it provides additional liquidity directly to our MQT liquidity pool, but would not yield or distribute any MQT in that scenario. So it would
right.
just be we collecting, you know, because of the use of the field or the ecosystem as a
Well,
recording.
Waleed's got his hand up. Maybe unmute him. You'll hear. I bet he comes on laughing because he's already going, "Holy shit!
You'll be like,
Now
yeah,
what are they doing to me?"
I built that yesterday. Yeah, okay.
Bring
Let's
him on
go.
as a
There you
panelist.
go, Wally.
What the heck?
There you go.
Did you lose your mind, Waleed, after this call?
Yeah, I mean, I was raising my hand like 5 minutes ago before we sync further, but I think it's already done, right?
It's done.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess we'll
It's
have to
built
do that.
already. That's already there.
No, it's
No.
not all.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute.
Not yet. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was about few points that were added to the website recently, especially the button and the hatcheries, which is in the incubator and the golden hatchery. So if you have any issue with claiming, migrating, you have a new button called pre-calculate your mining data. And what it does, basically, it pre-calculates all your mining data for the whole contract, meaning you do it once, twice, and it pre-calculates all the dates. So it goes smooth with all your cards, and it also takes less fee, not fees, but less gas to process. So that's one point.
Can
Uh,
you explain that? I'm kind of lost on what you're talking about. So if I am, I know everybody else probably is too.
yeah. So basically, the calculation and the smart contracts is getting deeper and deeper. So we needed to set up some layers to prevent the excess gas when you do transactions, and to prevent the recurrent calculation for the mining data, meaning that we don't have to recalculate for each card. So we do a calculation for the whole contract. This way, it goes smooth, meaning that you can go and claim your cards without paying extra gas for this calculation. So I want you guys to understand that smart contracts never meant to do that. I mean, the
Right.
system is too
We're making
complex.
we're making them do things they were never intended to do.
Yeah, so we are really on the edge of what the smart contract can do. So we've added a button on the website. I'm going to say it again, where you can pre-calculate your data. This way, the data is pre-calculated. So if you have any issue with claiming or migrating a card, just hit the button once or twice. This way, you can process that. So that's one thing, because I mean, in the Golden Hatchery, it's like 210 days. These are 210 days worth of mining data, which are a lot for each card. So that's one thing. I'll come back to the point of the locking the hatcheries from the app. So this is a system that will allow you to lock your hatchery, meaning that you are locking your hatchery from yourself, meaning you won't be able to claim it with your external wallet unless you unlock it again from the app to allow your external wallet to claim them or to migrate them or whatever. I hope it makes sense. I mean, we are trying to prevent people at this point from themselves, from their own wallet, because scammers right now, what they are doing is that they are making you do actions that you would do yourself with your own wallet, and technically speaking, they didn't any. I mean, they did anything. So they just oriented you on a website, and you click it, a transaction that you should never click. That's it. So you will be able to lock your hatcheries while they are there. So even you cannot withdraw them. And when you
Unless
need
they
them,
unlock it through the app, right?
exactly, you unlock from the app. It's instant. It doesn't take time. So you unlock, you can process with your external wallet, then you lock them again. Unfortunately, we can only do that with the hatcheries. We cannot do that with your assets. We cannot do that with your NFTs, I mean your miners, and we cannot do that with your MQT that are inside your wallet. So the most secure way from now will be the system, meaning that you log them in the hatchery.
So I'm
And
showing the hatchery on my screen right now. This is where you see that pre-calculate submissions button.
yeah,
And I also see you added some more data. Total deposit, like for mine, I've got 6,803 MoveQuest deposited. Value
yeah,
at the deposit, $76,000. Average MoveQuest price at deposit, 11.18. Current reward, 293 MoveQuest. Current reward value, $1,900. So I've only been mining for what, 20 days or so, 30 days, maybe a month. And sometimes I forget to submit myself, which is so bad. But this is my current value. But 293 MoveQuest, I don't get that mining. You'll get more MoveQuest in the hatchery, no matter which tier you're in. So if you're submitting every day and your plan isn't to sell your MoveQuest, it's like a bonus mining reward. It's really, to me, this is, I mean, if you're going to be mining, you should be in the hatchery, no matter what tier you're in. So I like that you added this data because this wasn't there before.
yeah, that was suggested by a user from the community.
So you guys, I'm the creator of the project and I don't even know everything that's going on with it anymore. That's how much we've expanded, and we do listen to the community. Now, Waleed never makes changes like to the infrastructure, but adding things like this, your suggestions, they are noted, and we do hear you. So that was a good add.
Yeah. Yeah, next point. Lynette, if you can go to the networking tab, please, which is coming. I mean, all what I'm talking about right now is coming this week, so everything will be there. So your link that you would share MoveQuest with, which is right now is split in three links, which is either desktop or MetaMask mobile or Trust Wallet mobile. And let me explain this really quick. When you share to a desktop, it's a regular link. So you copy the link, you put it in your browser. You should have already MetaMask installed, and it's going to take it and to save your code by default. So the user that uses this link has the code in the cookies of the page, meaning even if the user reloads the page, quit the page, come back, it will always stick, and he will be able to validate it to link your code. For the MetaMask mobile and Trust Wallet mobile, it opens the MetaMask app in your mobile. So you need to make the distinction between these ones. I mean, you needed to do it until probably until tomorrow or I mean the day after, but you will have a unique link right there that can be shared everywhere, social media, wherever. You can send it to anyone, and it will be a unique link that would work with all the platforms, basically.
Now, is this clickable here, or can you add a copy button? See how you got copy link? Can you put a copy
Yeah, you
the
just copy
activation
the.
code here?
You don't
No,
need
but
to
if I
put.
just want,
Yeah, you
well, if
don't need.
somebody just wants to give you their activation code, that's all they need is that right there. Remember, I was talking to you about that the other day?
Mhm. Yeah, and
I
this
mean,
is your
you just
wallet.
highlight it and copy it. Exactly. But some people may want to just copy it and give it. Who knows? So they don't have to open their wallet necessarily. But you're going to do the QR code like I asked, right, for
Yeah,
everybody
yeah. This page
inside
is
the app
being
as well.
Yeah, this page is being reworked right now. It should be there by tomorrow, hopefully, with the QR code and a unique link, so you can share it everywhere.
But also in the app. So like if somebody is out and about, all they have to do is open and a person can scan the QR code, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about moving from app.movequest.com, so we are moving all the Web3 to the main domain, to movequest.com. This will happen this weekend. Because the app needs to get updated, so it needs to get the proper URL to get the data. But yeah, we are moving from app.moveway.com. This will be less confusing for people. It will be one single link that that you would have to use, which is movequest.com only to access to all the Web3 suite. So
That should cut a lot of that phishing shit out too.
yeah.
Crap, sorry.
Well done, Waleed. Sophisticated. Love it.
Yeah. Hopefully everything that I've mentioned right now will be there by the weekend. All the points. So yeah. So security wise, I just talked about the hatchery locking and about the link that you can share. That would be, more. It will be more comfortable to share the link like it is or with the QR code than guessing which device I mean, will be used by the user. So
Very good. All right, hour and a half. We are out of time, guys.
Righty. Sounds good. Well, once again, Ms. Lynette, you have definitely given us something to think about. That is for sure. That is
That's
for
good.
sure. So I want to
I
thank.
I still get to catch half a Gutfeld.
All right, all right. Well, we will be back again next week with anything that is new and exciting yet again. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, I shared the wrong one. We can't do that. Let me do this. There we go. Lego.
Face up tight, feel the ground shake. Every step's a dollar I make. Left foot, right foot, it's a game we play. Health and wealth in a single sway.
Step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine. Yeah, get healthy, get wealthy.
Redefine. What's my currency? No bank in sight. Sunrise to sunset, I own the night. Every stretch, every twist has a price. This grind pays twice, it's paradise. No excuses, no delay. Every motion makes my pay.
Yeah, hey, step by step,
Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
run, walk, jump.
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy.
Yeah,
Redefine.
hey, step by
step. Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
Run, walk, jump.
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Redefine.
Stumble, fall, I'm still in the race. Each bruise another badge I embrace. Momentum builds, can't erase the sound of coins in every pace. Every pace, every pace. Yeah, from my
Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine.